1, the pettiest beef in NFL history. Aqib Talib or Michael Crabtree? I just went back and rewatched every Talib versus Crabtree game to find out. Here is who won every single matchup between these two and who won the rivalry as a whole. A lot of people don't know that this rivalry goes all the way back to 2010. Aqib Talib originally started on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was selected by the Bucs with the 20th overall pick in the 2008 draft out of Kansas. You probably do remember Crabtree started off with the San Francisco 49ers. You probably remember this from some of his other beefs with other cornerbacks in the league at the time.
When you try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree, that's the result you're gonna get.
But in college, Michael Crabtree was a beast, one of the best in the nation. He put up over 3,000 yards and 41 touchdowns in 2 seasons at Texas Tech, leading to the San Francisco 49ers drafting Michael Crabtree with the 10th pick in the 2009 NFL Draft.
The San Francisco 49ers select Michael Crabtree, wide receiver, Texas Tech.
Bringing him in because at the time, the 49ers' best wide receiver was 37-year-old Isaac Bruce. The first time that these two would line up 1v1 will be Crabtree's second year in the league, Aqib Talib's third. We have to go all the way back to week 11 of the 2010 NFL season, when then 49ers wide receiver Michael Crabtree faced off against then Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive back Aqib Talib. They were already going against a 7-3 Buccaneers team with a 3-7 49ers roster, and things got heated as early as the first quarter of the first game between these two. They were already verbally arguing on the field. Like I said, Talib and the Tampa secondary shut the 49ers passing offense down. They held the entire offense to less than 150 yards receiving, and Michael Crabtree by himself only had 1 catch for 15 yards in a 21-0 shutout loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, giving Talib the first point in this rivalry. A year later, the San Francisco 49ers would get a chance at revenge. And boy, were they a completely different team by then. A hungry, monstrous 49ers team, now being led by new head coach Jim Harbaugh. And this was actually one of his first games. Both teams were 3-1 at the time, so pretty even rosters, pretty even teams. But the San Francisco 49ers would whoop on the Buccaneers so bad that the starters were pulled by halftime. So yeah, Crabtree and Talib got limited time to even play in this game against each other. When you lose as a team 48-3, there's no way you can win as an individual. The Buccaneers would fall to 3-2 and finish the rest of their season with a record of 1-10 in their remaining games. And while that was going on, Aqib Talib was suffering from some off-the-field problems. He'd already been arrested multiple times since being drafted at that point, and then arrested again for aggravated assault in 2011. Then, right after that last game against Crabtree and the 49ers, Aqib Talib would actually pop for performance-enhancing drugs. And should that DQ him from the previous 2 games? Should they both go to Crabtree because of that? Regardless, Aqib Talib will be suspended for 4 games in the middle of the season, leading to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers kind of giving up on him and offering him up for trade. And who would come out of the darkness to try and recruit this elite player? You know who. Bargain Bill Belichick comes out of nowhere and acquires Aqib Talib for a 4th and 7th round pick. So what is Aqib Talib's punishment for his bad behavior? A trade from a 4-win team to a Super Bowl bound Patriots team. Again, for a 4th and 7th round pick. And because of this trade in the middle of the season, the New England Patriots played the San Francisco 49ers late in that same season. And we got another Michael Crabtree versus Aqib Talib matchup. It was week 15 and both of these teams were red hot trying to get into the playoffs, trying to get the highest possible seed they can in the 2011 playoffs. The San Francisco 49ers were 10-4, and they were heading all the way to New England to play Tom Brady and those Patriots who were also 10-3. Very even teams again. We got Brady versus the prime Kaepernick and Crabtree versus Talib. 3. But Michael Crabtree would go off. He would put up 7 receptions, over 100 yards receiving, and 2 massive touchdowns, helping the 49ers win a narrow victory over the Patriots that night, destroying Talib and the New England secondary and notching 1 more point for Crabtree in this competition and in this rivalry. Trust me, Aqib Talib finds a way to get back into this rivalry, and I'm gonna talk all about it in the rest of the times these two matched up. But first, one quick reminder to like the video before you forget. It's a free way to support my content and tell the algorithm to send this video out to more NFL fans like you and me. Then also, before you forget, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you can be here every time I post. I noticed 95% of y'all aren't subscribed to the channel. It helps so much. Just subscribe. We're on the road to 10K. We are right there, y'all. 200 more subscribers. These two wouldn't play each other again for years. But in the 2015 offseason, Aqib Talib was on the move once again. After putting up multiple great years with the Patriots, winning the Super Bowl with New England, he was one of the hottest cornerbacks available on the market this offseason. And he would sign a 6-year, $57 million contract with the Denver Broncos.
What's up, Bronco Nation?
Same offseason that Michael Crabtree would also become a free agent and also test the market, where he would be signed by the Oakland Raiders. And this highly competitive rivalry officially became a war. Week 6 of that same season, these two faced off for the first time in the AFC West. The 5-0 Denver Broncos were heading to Oakland to play the 2-3 Oakland Raiders. And shocker, Crabtree would be held to less than 55 yards receiving. Raiders would lose 16-0. Crabtree got shut out again. Then in mid-December, the Raiders got a chance at revenge. Crabtree would line up against Aqib Talib for the 5th time in his career. Even though the Raiders won this game by a field goal by a score of 15-12. Kind of an upset, by the way. The Raiders were 6-7 heading in to face the 10-3 Denver Broncos in Denver. So big win for the Oakland Raiders at the time, who were fighting for their playoff lives. But Crabtree got completely eliminated from the game by Talib. So you got to give this point to Aqib Talib. Flash forward to New Year's Day of 2017, when this rivalry would heat up to the next level. And Talib would not only wish Crabtree a Happy New Year's by shutting him down for like the 4th time in their career, but he would also rip Michael Crabtree's chain off midway through the game. The ultimate sign of disrespect, leading to another holiday game the next season. Crabtree would have to wait all the way until Thanksgiving to try and get vengeance for his chain getting snatched. And he clearly had been thinking about it too, because in the pre-game interviews, in the pre-game press conferences leading into this one, reporters were asking Crabtree what he was going to do about the chain issue. And he said that he had actually taped the chain to his chest to make sure that Talib couldn't rip it off. Talib got word of this and took it as a challenge. I need to rip that freaking chain off. So with tensions running high before kickoff even started in this one, in the very first quarter, Michael Crabtree would block Aqib Talib into the stands, starting a brawl that would get both players ejected in the first drive of the game. And I was going to give this point to Michael Crabtree just for getting this block off before they got ejected. But then when you watch the slow-mo replay of the event, the slow-mo replay of the block, you realize that while being blocked through the sideline, Aqib Talib ripped Crabtree's chain off again, even though it was taped to him. Since neither one of these guys got stats in this game, this was the first drive, like I was saying. That's got to give Aqib Talib this win as well. Aqib Talib was then traded to the Los Angeles Rams, where he played a few more good years out. Michael Crabtree had one more decent season in Baltimore, where he was at least a starter, before failing to come back with the Arizona Cardinals the next year and being out of the league. And would you believe it? After that second chain snatching, these two would never play again, settling the rivalry, settling the beef. The winner and the victor was clear. Aqib Talib won this rivalry, y'all. Ball definitely did not lie.
Bill Flames, I went Mike on the mic. With something brand new, one time for your mind. He gave you fair warning. Now it's time to smack him in the mouth with that raw sports talk from the town. Sweet chin music to your favorite sportscaster.